Wouldn't it be really cool if pedaling uphill was easier? Obviously. We're going to give you some strategies at the end of this video to increase your power to weight ratio, which is inevitably going to make it easier to pedal uphill. But in the meantime, we're going to get Adam Brayton, one of our professional riders, and we're going to send him up a hill on an enduro bike and an e-bike, see what the difference is, but also we're going to put on a 20-pound weighted vest. Then we're going to put him on a watt bike, see what his total power output can be, and then we're going to analyze all of that data before then giving you some strategies to lose some of that weight, increase power, and make it easier to ride up hills. Before testing on the watt bike, we've gone to Winlatter Trail Centre.
This ascent was chosen because it's typical of a single track ascent at a bike park. Adam knows it like the back of his hand because it's just around the corner from his house and he's ridden it 1,000 times. It's got a few switchbacks, a couple of small obstacles, but not enough to hold Adam back.
So we're going to set off with some free lap timing equipment and we're going to see how long it takes and then we'll analyze at the end. You ready, Ad?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh!
Adam's chosen to use the e-bike first as a bit of a warm-up. This bike has 160mm travel and a Shimano E7000 motor. At 250 watts, that's a massive amount of energy into the bike, in addition to his legs, which later on we'll see him doing a watt bike challenge to see exactly what he can produce over a 3-minute test.
Oh! Whew! 307.92. I'm going to come next run on my whole bike unvested.
Yeah. Vest's gonna suck, innit?
Mate, yeah. They should have brought a 20. I can't believe it's only a 10. Right. In a bit, boys. Right.
Ad's back down after his first one on the e-bike. He did it in 3:07. This time, we're going on an enduro bike, HB 160. 3, 2, 1, go!
Adam's Hope HB 160 is a carbon frame absolute beast of an enduro bike. This is his go-to bike for any enduro races Adam does, and he tends to do pretty well. It's the same travel as his e-mountain bike. It's obviously a little bit lighter and can be more nimble on the corners, but obviously he hasn't got 250 watts extra. He's just relying on his leg power to get up as quickly as possible.
Woo!
What's the time difference?
About 50 seconds of it. 4 flat. That was hard, eh? Whew. Right, we'll see you soon. That was a bit harder. Yeah.
I'll let you get your breath back before putting this on, eh? This is a military grade, bulletproof, weighted vest.
Predict to be slower. But yeah, obviously it's going to be harder. It's going to be a lot of weight on your chest and your lungs. Turning, there's a couple of tight turns up there, so it'll be interesting to see if it tries to pull me over or whatever. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what it's like being fat.
Arms through. That's it.
You know, when we wear like armour for downer that actually hugs you. First impressions, heavier than I thought.
Yeah?
Yeah. Glad you didn't bring a 20 now.
Watch for snipers on the way. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
This is Adam's second go on the e-mountain bike, this time with a vest. He's still giving it as much effort as he possibly can, but still relying on that 250 watts that the e-mountain bike's giving him. An extra 9 kilos might replicate someone that's actually a little bit overweight. So we're really interested to see what that extra weight does to his times.
Whew. It's only 10 seconds slow on. Right, sooner I get down there, sooner I can do it, and sooner I can go home, eh?
How's that one?
Only 10 seconds slower than my first e-bike. Horrible riding downhill.
Really?
Honestly, I was like, oh my God. It just felt like gravity was gonna just break me.
So that was 3:17 with the weighted vest on the e-bike. So actually only 10 seconds slower, which is quite surprising. Maybe it's not that bad being fat. Here we go.
Look at my feet, a little shock. Bottomed out. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how horrible it's gonna be.
So this is obviously going to be the hardest one because he's not assisted with a motor and he has the extra weighted vest. Go!
This is fully unassisted with an extra 9 kilos on Adam's HB160. Although this is a very proficient enduro bike, he's relying solely on leg power. Even with the weighted vest on, he's very nimble because he's such a proficient mountain biker. Carrying extra weight that he's not used to is going to make it super difficult for him. But in Adam's style, he puts all of his effort into it to get the best time possible.
How was that one?
27 seconds slower.
27 seconds slower. There you go.
And it sucked.
Did you find it was hard for breathing?
It was just hard everywhere in general.
Yeah.
He was just getting zapped all the time. It was just relentless. You know, like when you're a normal weight, unweighted, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
You just carried speed so much easier.
Yeah.
And this was just like someone had the brakes on. Yeah, it was tough.
We'll have a little debrief and then go back to Fit for Racing headquarters, take a look at the data and have a little summary. Before we really start picking apart the times of those ascents, we're going to put Adam on a watt bike. We're going to see what kind of power output he can produce over a similar amount of time, a standard 3-minute test. You ready to go?
Yeah.
That's on, that's on, that's on.
I'd have done my hair if I knew.
Yeah. So this is Adam Brayton back at Fit for Racing HQ doing the 3-minute average watt test on the watt bike. 3, 2, 1, go! Common to be fast out the gates. You see Adam's very powerful, settling down to about 400 watts after 30 seconds. See what his average is after the whole 3 minutes. Seconds to go. Come on, 5 seconds. Push it, push it, push it, push it. 3, 2, 1. Good effort. Nice, nice. Strong work, Anne, strong work. Woo! Average power 370 watts, 370 watts, which is pretty impressive, but more impressive, 5.14 over 3 minutes average watts per kilo. That's mega. Great, so we know now that Adam can produce 370 watts over a 3-minute period average. That means that it's reasonable to expect that all 4 efforts at Windlatter at the Trail Centre were over 250 watts. So if Adam were to be on the e-bike at 250 watts of his own leg power, then the bike would match it for a total of 500 watts. Without the vest on the enduro bike versus with the vest is just over 11% difference. On the e-bike, however, the difference is round about 5.5%, which is about half the difference. To cut a long story short, if you're out with your mates and you are 20 pounds heavier than one of your mates and you're on e-bikes, then it's gonna make half as much difference as if you're on a non-e-bike. This isn't groundbreaking science. This isn't anything new. However, an understanding about increasing power to weight ratio is absolutely gonna help. And this is what we're gonna talk about now. Let's look at power to weight ratio and break that up into two categories: increasing power and decreasing weight. It's crucial we understand that you don't focus on one without considering the other. And that's why these strategies have been put together with understanding about why. Strategy number one, reduce your body fat. See, that body fat, not body weight. So like we said at the start, the principle of not reducing your power, we don't want to eat into the muscle reserves that you have there that are producing power. So don't do a crash diet simply to shred pounds because Johnny from Fit for Racing said if I'm lighter, then I'm going to go up hills better. My power to weight ratio is going to increase. No, we're not saying that whatsoever. And what I found is the longer it takes you to lose weight, the more sustainable it is and healthier you are. Don't drink a calorie, avoid sugar, and try to avoid hollow carbohydrates by increasing your nutrient value of carbohydrates. Simple as that. Even that third one was probably a little bit too complex, but basically eat well, sustain that over a long period of time. In the interim, there are things that you can do: keto diets, paleo zone, fasting. All types of diets are generally around reducing calorie intake. So you'll know yourself where you're getting these calories that are putting on excess pounds. Biscuits, Coca-Cola, alcohol, junk food, convenience food, all of these things, you know yourself right now are the reasons why you're carrying excess body fat. But however you choose to lose that body fat, that is going to be probably most impactful to your power to weight ratio. Strategy number two is increase absolute strength. So why didn't I say increase power? Well, absolute strength on the continuum will allow you to produce more power on the other end. And it's simple. It's simple to get more strong. And then on the other end, when you start riding more, you're doing sprints, you're doing higher reps at lighter weight, higher velocity, that will then increase your power. It's very difficult to do it the other way around. So by just doing sprints, you can reach your peak very quickly and then you'll plateau. So it's best to build the foundation with good absolute strength first. But I hear what you're saying. I don't want to increase my weight. So we're not going to be bodybuilders. We are not focusing on increasing muscle mass necessarily. And I hear you say, well, you can't have one or the other. Well, take a look at this video of Liu Zhongjun, the Chinese gold medalist weightlifter. This guy weighs 77 kilograms, which is 170 pounds. He's squatting 270 kilograms. That's 595 pounds. Now, weighing only 77 kilos, that means that, well, it's an absolute massive amount. And he doesn't weigh 200 kilos to be able to do that. So power comes from moving weight fast. Olympic weightlifting is a perfect expression of power. Yes, they are specialists, but the reason for me showing you this is just to say that to be powerful and increase your squat strength does not necessarily mean you have to become massive. And strategy number three. So athleticism, having lost some weight, increased absolute strength, we need to combine all of those things to becoming more athletic. And as we know, as mountain bikers, it's a very high demand sport. You need some agility, you need some ability to move around, particularly on technical single track ascents, a bit like what Adam did at Windlatter. How do you do this? I don't like to use functional training anymore. People kind of get the wrong idea about functional training. They start standing on Bosu balls or doing pistol squats, overhead lunges. It's not like that. What we want really is just create a very good base, a very good ability to control your whole body and stay injury-free. Move well and effectively, efficiently. We are absolutely saying spend more time on the bike if you can. But there are a lot of people out there that can't get on the bike through the week, but they can get to the gym. So you may as well spend that time training specifically for the demands of mountain biking so that when you do get out at weekends, you're more proficient at it, you're better at ascents for one, which makes the whole day more enjoyable, but you're faster, you're more able, and you are more athletic. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you like this video, then check out fitforracing.com where we've got a bank of loads of different videos on there, or YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And if you've got any questions, please send them over via email or Messenger or Instagram. I would gladly help. And that's that for this one. So until next time, it's your time. Make it count. Peace. Woo! Let's see if we can make sense of any of that. Be more athletic. I think we got it all. I hope so. Good job, Johnny.